Okay guys, so today's the day I'm going to be doing the how to put on false lashes video. Anyways, my name's Christy if you're new here. If you are, make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment, like this video, and check out the channel if you like it. Definitely hit that subscribe button because it helps us out. Anyways, let's just get into it. This has been a very requested video and I kind of understand why. It is a bit tasking of a job to learn how to put on falsies or whatnot, so I'm gonna do my best to try to explain how to do it. I've been doing it for years, so it's not something that somebody showed me how to do one time, and well, a couple of times, and I just practice because honestly that is the best way to perfect it, I guess you would say. Practice makes perfect. I'm sure you're sick of hearing that, but it's very true. I'm going to show you a few lashes that I think are good for beginners, and they're also very affordable. So let's just jump right into it. You got your thicker band lashes, which are a little bit more advanced, I would say, and the best ones to start off with are the ones that have what they call an invisible band. Okay, so like the Ardell Wispies like this here, these are great. The Ardell Naked Lashes 421 that I showed you guys before, these are really good too. The Kiss lashes, these just say 11 like this. You see how they have that very fine invisible band. That's what you want to work with when you're first starting out, and they look beautiful, you know, so don't think you have to jump right into wearing, you know, the thick band lashes, you know, full-on drama. Anyhow, first things first is what I like to do. Many people are different in this. Is I already did it, but I first like to curl my lashes up and then put on like one coat of mascara. And y'all know that I absolutely love the Hourglass mascara. Like this. It's the Unlocked Hourglass mascara. It's just got a very thin wand to it, so it evenly coats your lashes and things like that. So I start off doing that, and then I go on to picking what kind of lash I'm going to go with. If you've got a full dramatic eye look, kind of like I do today, which I probably shouldn't have since we're going to be using more beginner style lashes, but then I usually go for the more drama, you know, like maxed out lashes that are very fluffy and, you know, big, and I just like the look of it. But it doesn't really matter. So anyhow, and you can even go as baby as these, and they look absolutely beautiful. So they still have the band, but they are much shorter, so they kind of just give you that extra boost, that extra volume to your lashes. So anyways, so yeah, next I just pick what lashes that I'm gonna wear. And I think that we're going to go with the 421 Naked Lashes because I really love these. First, you take them out of the package, which I should have done already. Sorry about that. But anyways, tools that you're going to need. I'm going very basic here for people that absolutely have never ever put on lashes before. Baby pair of scissors like these here. They're great because you never know. Each lash will sometimes be perfect for the size of your eye, but more times than not I have found that I have to trim a little bit off, especially since I don't have very big eyes and they're kind of like slanted, and so they're just very difficult to work with. Some people have those perfect shaped eyes for lashes. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. So I take the lashes off carefully. They already have a little bit of like tackiness glue to them. And how you know left from right. Okay, so basically you're gonna have the shorter hairs in the middle here. You're gonna have the shorter hairs in the end. That's gonna tell you that that's where it should go in the beginning, or which eye it should go for. So like this one would go for this eye, and then it fans out. So the longer the lashes here are, that's going to go on the edge of your eye. I'm going to take that off. And what I end up doing first and foremost is kind of just bending it a little bit here so it gets a little bit of a curvature to it. Sorry about my nails, it probably gets in the way of actually seeing what I'm doing, but kind of like curving it, because nobody's eye, I'm telling you, is, well, I shouldn't say nobody's, but most of the time you're going to have to just kind of curl it and bend it a little bit and play around with it beforehand. You want to get a mirror. I don't want this to get in my way. Okay, so what I do next is I look down into a mirror. This is the easiest way. And I first kind of like place it on my eye, not to glue it yet, but just to measure it and see where it begins and where it ends, to see if I'm going to have to trim any of the hair off the lashes. These actually, surprisingly enough, don't seem like I'm going to have to cut any off, which will be very nice. Yay! So let me tell you about tools now and glue. Okay, so as you see, right now I'm wearing dark liner on the top here, and that's because currently I've been loving the Duo lash glue. It's a paint on in black like this. The other lash glue that I like is the Revlon one, which you can get in clear or you can get in the black. And a lot of people, including myself, I like the House of Lashes. I've got a little mini one here, the clear glue. And this is great for when you're not wearing any type of liner on top, and then it just kind of like melts right in. The black I found works great if you're wearing eyeliner already. So since I'm obviously going to use the black, and then it just blends right in with that liner, and it's so much easier to do. And I also like putting the liner on first too, because then trying to mess around and put liner on after you already have the lashes and they're like flung up like this and you're trying to get that precision line, oh no, it is a nightmare at times. I mean, I've had to do it, it can be done, but I just prefer not to do it that way. Applicators. Beginners, I would say, I wish I had my other tool to show you, but I will link some. This actually came with the Kiss set. They are, I don't love them, but they are, I would say, safer to use for the eyes, especially if you are new at putting on eyelashes. They also have these metal blunt tipped ones that I will place in the description box. You can buy them off of Amazon for like next to nothing, like $6-7. They're great to use to apply lashes. Because I'm crazy and nutso and I've been doing it for years, I use my tweezers, honestly, because like sometimes because of the angle of my eyes, I really have to sometimes fight with the edges of, especially if I'm wearing a big band lash. I have to fight with the bed or the edges of the lashes to actually get them to really stick in there and not pop up. You know, it can be tricky, even for people that wear them all the time. It's not always a one and done, believe me. Many times you'll have to, oh damn, and like pull it off and put a little extra glue on the ends. That's why I always suggest, like, make sure that you put a little extra glue on the ends of the lashes for sure, because those are going to be the areas that are going to lift up the most. The center, not bad. They should stick and stay perfectly fine. And that's why if you're going to wear lashes out, I would tell anybody and suggest to anybody, just throw this little guy in your purse and you can, you know, reapply, paint it on really quick, blow, get it dry and tacky, and then place it back on your eye and you're ready to go back out the bathroom, go back to the party, whatever it may be. But because believe me, sometimes it happens, you know, nothing you can do about it. So anyways, if you do have to trim the eyelashes before application, which like I said happens many times, like these bigger guys, I actually did trim off some of the ends so it would curve to my eye, which you always want to make sure. I will use these as an example because they're just darker. Excuse, they still have like glue and funkiness on them. Okay, so this goes in this way. So as you see here, right like that. So this is the inside. I know it's hard to tell with these because they almost have like short on both ends and then they're more flipped up and spiky in the middle, so sometimes it is difficult to tell, especially since I already trimmed off part of it. But anyways, I trimmed off a little bit on this side here, and then it works to fit my eye a little bit better. So anyways, we will get started. Next we are going to just bend them up a little bit, like I'm just twisting and bending a little bit so they curve better to my eye. And then I'm going to take the Duo Lash Glue. It's got this like flat applicator like this, and I'm just going to paint it on to the band, the invisible band, but you can still see where you're painting it. And like I said, get the edges a little bit more than you would like the center, because those are the areas that are gonna pop up more so. Not all the time, like, you know, they're just more likely to give you a hard time than the center. The center just kind of sits there and chills all day most of the time. Now you want to shake or blow. You want to just like let it dry a little bit, you know. I'd say maybe like half a minute or so, maybe a minute. The clear gel one is easier to tell because it actually starts to, rather than looking white, you'll actually see it like turn clear. So that's how you know that it's pretty tacky and dry. It's ready to apply. The black is a little bit harder. The one way I've been able to tell is it kind of like loses its shine a little bit, and that's how I can tell that it's starting to get matte and, you know, ready for application. And again, everybody does their lashes differently, so, you know, practice. That is the main thing that I can tell you. It's just like wing eyeliner, I swear. I couldn't stand it when people would constantly tell me, oh, Christy, you just have to keep practicing. There's no, like, magical trick to it. And I'm like, damn, you're not helping me. But it's true. You know, like, somebody can show you how to do something a million times, but until you actually do it yourself over and over and over again, that's when you get the hang of it. But, people will tell you, even ones that have been wearing lashes for years, that they are a pain in the ass to anybody, you know? You have good days and bad days. Some days just plop and they're good to go. Other days you fight with them, and also depends on the lash. So once you find a brand of lashes that, one, meets your eye standards, like the actual shape of your eye, and you feel comfortable in, because some can be very uncomfortable. Maybe they're too heavy, they're too full, maybe the band is too thick. Don't wear those, you know what I'm saying? I can give you suggestions, but it's all based on your eye type and your eyelid space, because I have more hooded eyes, so I don't have like a huge space between my lashes to my brow. Some people have much more space, so they can wear those very long, dramatic eyelashes, and it looks great. I don't, unfortunately. But I still get away with some pretty dramatic lashes. Alright, so first I do use my fingers and kind of wiggle it in. I'm trying to make sure that I'm also good in the monitor. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, then what I do is be very careful. I do not suggest anybody using tweezers like this unless you are super comfortable. I would never ever suggest someone that's never done this before to be like, oh yeah, sure, take you know, some pointy ass tweezers and apply your first pair of lashes. Sorry, I'm trying to do this and talk at the same time. So I just wiggle the center on, and then I work on the outside first, and what I do is I kind of like pull the outside and I like lift my eye up a little bit, so I'm kind of like really getting in there and letting that glue adhere to the like innermost portion to my eye. And then I go to the inside and do the same thing. It's uncomfortable at first, I'm not gonna lie, but there's really no other way around it. The more, and sometimes this happens too with tweezers especially, well actually with any applicator, the glue will stick to the applicator and try to pull the lash off, and so yeah. It's a fun time. That's why many people you see will actually do it with their fingertips. I've tried many times, but especially with these type of nails, forget about it. You're gonna poke your eyeball out one way or another anyhow. So you just gotta be really careful if you're using these pointy tweezers. Well, actually, I mean any applicator really, because you're right up in your eye. It's just like telling somebody, you know, be careful when you're putting in your contacts. But, and then, you know, bam, they're on. But anyways, afterwards, you can go in with an extra coat of mascara. And the other thing is, yes, I do like to, once I have the lashes on, kind of pinch the tweezers or the applicator. Pinch the applicator and kind of like push my real lashes that have the mascara, which is still sticky as well, and just kind of like marinate them together. I guess that's the best way to say it. I always test the lash first, and I'm like, let me see how much I need to trim off first and foremost, you know, where I hold it up to my lashes, and I'm like, yeah. Because believe me, I've tried to just be like, okay, well, I'll curve it around and curve it, and I'll just make it work. Yeah, guess what ends up happening is that inner little plastic piece, wiring, you know, or band will literally poke you in the eyeball all night long, and it is so uncomfortable. It's just like, oh no. Because even with these invisible bands, you still have, it's like a little tiny piece of obviously they have to have something to, you know, place the lashes through. And so it still has a little plastic band, but it's very, very tiny, and they're very comfortable to wear. And they still look absolutely beautiful and fluffy, and you know, so I mean, I really like them. I love the Ardell 421s. So for a beginner, actually for anybody, you know, like I wear them all the time. All right, let's get this glue going, get the show on the road. So hopefully I'm explaining everything okay. You know, if you guys have any questions that I missed, which is a definite possibility, because when I'm trying to explain something, I'm not always the best teacher when it comes to, I don't know, basic things. You know, I'm better, see, I can't even find the words. Something that I've been doing for a while, it's like trying to explain to somebody maybe like how you bake an apple pie that you've baked for years and years. Okay, like you can give them the recipe, but it's very difficult to maybe explain exactly your technique because everybody has different techniques. So what works for me and what I do, you know, many people do it differently. So you have to also find what works for you. But these are the basic steps, honestly. Like anybody will basically tell you the same thing. You like my little headband thing here? Isn't it cute? Yep. Picked it up at the store recently. I was like, that's so cute. I swear, I'm still a little girl at heart. I will always be that 5-year-old little girl at heart. I just can't help myself. You know I still love Hello Kitty. I will never grow out of it. I hope I never do. My dad always says, he's like, you're as young as you feel, you know, or as young as you act. I would say the House of Lashes glue dries a little bit faster than the Duo glue. Duo glue tends to take a little bit longer to dry for some reason. I don't know. That's my only beef with it. But it does, once it dries, and it sticks pretty well. Yeah, these are my favorites, like comfortability wise. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I've got some ones that I absolutely love, like the Cocoa Goddess ones and the House of Lashes, Vixen, I believe. Oh, and the Iconics. Oh, they are gorgeous. But they have the thicker bands, so. I haven't tried the Lily lashes yet. I would like to try those, but. Alright, so let's get these bad boys on. Try not to poke our eyeballs out. And yeah, you want to get it as close down to your lashes as you possibly can. And just take that outer lash, pull it upwards right onto the skin. That's what I do anyway. Some people attach it more to their lash. I just think that it looks more natural when you like really get it right onto the skin. But yeah, you have to play around with them and get them just the way you want. So one, they look right, but two, so you're comfortable. Because regardless of how pretty they look, if you're not comfortable wearing them, you're going to be wanting to rip those suckers off like 20 minutes after you put them on, and then what's the point, you know? So, again, I mesh my real lashes with the fake lashes to just kind of really, you know, get them to where they look natural, as natural as they can. And yeah, there you go. You know, take a look, sir. Yeah, those are pretty. They are definitely one of my favorite lashes. And I think these are the Ardell Naked lashes. I want to say they're like $4.99, something like that. You know, they're not overly dramatic, but they just are so pretty and so like fluffy, and they're very comfortable. I wear these more so on, I want to say the daily, but you know what I mean, more often than I would wear the bigger lashes, you know, House of Lashes. Even though they're gorgeous and things like that, they're more for special occasions, or if I'm doing a look on YouTube or things like that, you see me wear those type of lashes. That's more for videos, pictures, you know, going out for the evening. But again, they're not always the most comfortable. These are comfortable to where I can wear them all day long and they still look amazing, you know. And they, I mean, I almost somewhat think these look more natural too, because they are very fluffy and, you know, wispy, I guess is the word, like your regular lashes would look like. So anyways, again, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer what I can answer for you. And yeah, that's the basics of putting on falsies, fake eyelashes. And again, I will list my favorite lashes, especially for beginners, and my favorite tools that, you know, you can get off of Amazon. Not the plastic one, 'cause this I really just, it came in a kit. I think it's useless, but I'll list the metal one that I like that has the blunt tip that is much, much safer than using these. Please, please, for the love of God, ladies, gentlemen, do not use, I'm not telling you to use sharp tip tweezers to apply your lashes. God, I do not want to be responsible for somebody poking their eyeball out. So please just know I did not tell you to do that. Again, I will list everything down below in the description bar so you can pick yourself up some lashes, all the accessories, products that you need. If you already have them, great. If not, I'll list some very affordable ones that you can even grab off of Amazon down in the description bar. And I know this was highly requested. I hope I did it justice and answered all your questions for you. But anyways, in the meantime, I hope y'all are doing well, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.